Say it again.
Say it again?
Yeah. You
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Did you love how we gave you a sneak peek?
I don't think anyone saw that.
Oh, maybe somebody did. If you saw it, let us know in the comment thread so we can tell you how lucky you are. Just totally kidding. Hi, guys. Today is going to be an amazing Energize Empath live show because it's all about you feeling your feelers like a champ. And we're going to talk about all the nuts and bolts of feeling your feelings, why it's important to feel your feelings, how to feel your feelings, what you're going to get because you feel your feelings.
And if you don't feel your feelings, what it's going to do to destroy your life. That was a little harsh.
Yeah, that was really exciting. So everybody give us a shout out where you're joining us from. Right here, drop it in the thread so we can see where you are joining us from. We are in Salt Lake City, Utah. We are Tiff and Jack. We are the creators of the Empath Rise and Thrive group coaching and spiritual healing program. And we've this is explicit, put your headphones in, the kids are listening. We love our people, and you're part of our people. So thank you for being here with us today. And today's going to be a really fun call. We just wrapped up our podcast version of the same topic. Guaranteed, you listen to the live show and then you listen to the podcast, you're going to get some different feels, because when we're doing the podcast, it feels different than when we're here live. Hi, Leona. We're so glad you're here because we can see your faces here. When we're on the podcast,
yeah, we can feel you.
Yeah. Hi, Trish. Hi, Kate, Jess, Jolene.
Thanks, Jess.
Crystal, Bevy, Merritt. Oh my God, we love Kate. Oh, I think said Kate.
Alondra, Kelly, Amber, Patricia,
Carrie,
Trish.
Okay, guys. Kirsten, we're so glad you're here.
Hi, Kirsten.
Crystal, welcome. Welcome, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. That's amazing to see your name. Okay, so today's going to be a really great day. I'm all geared up. I've already gotten the evil eye because I was enjoying some very delicious. Can you see what they are? On the podcast, I did this to see if anyone could figure out what it was. These are Tiff's sacred collection of her buttered popcorn jelly bellies. And I've been snacking, and I was informed that I have a snacking problem. And I said, why do I have a snacking problem? I feel really good at snacking. Like, it's no problem for me.
Well, like, I can have like 5 or 6 in a day and not eat them all because I don't have a snacking problem. But I'm sitting here and he's just one after the other. I'm like,
hey,
could you stop eating my jelly bellies?
I said,
come
what
on.
is wrong? I'll buy you another goddamn bag.
I just don't want to. I just want them right there so I can have them when I want them. I don't want to buy it. So he just ordered me some.
Yeah, I did. So I can snack freely and not get new thought tracks that I have a snacking problem. I mean, really. Oh, Kate loves buttered popcorn jelly bellies too.
Aren't they?
They're so good.
And my all-time favorite, and they didn't have them. I got them at Orson Gigi. It's a delicious, amazing place here in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I get all my baking stuff. And my favorite is the pina colada. Anything with coconut or lime is like the favorite flavors of my entire universe. Coconut is it for me.
That's true. It's so true for her.
So
it is.
You just ordered me the pina coladas?
I did. A pound of those bitches.
How many do you think that was? Do you think it was a half a pound?
No, I think that's probably a pound. Did you only pay $7?
Yes.
We just paid $12.
Oh, brother.
Okay, can you see that we're all decked out in our fall attire? There's snow in them there hills all around us.
Well, it snowed here at the house.
Yeah.
And it's just a really lovely cold day.
It is. It is a beautiful fall day. It's rainy, snowy. I'm in my jacket. She's in her sweater. Like, we're all here together. Like,
and I have my red disco ball earrings on.
It's kind of hard to see. Like, put your hand behind them. They're some of my favorite earrings.
Are you kidding?
I love these earrings so much.
They're my disco balls.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
I love anything, any earth color. That's all you'll typically see me wearing is earth colors. Because my nature type is a type 3. If you don't know what that is, you can read the book. It's just my nature and find out what your nature type is. And then I took, what is her name?
Carol Tuttle.
Like, I know that.
Carol Tuttle.
So Carol Tuttle is a freaking genius. And how many years ago? 15 years ago, I
At
took
least.
her class on finding out what your nature type is so that you can wear the colors and the type of clothing that match your vibration. And that is why I'm always in earth tones, because my nature type is a 3. I'm a sassy, reactive fireball.
She really is.
Yeah.
And I'm earth.
Which is pure color, black and blue. So you'll notice that we wear very specific colors because the vibration of the colors matches the vibration of our energy. And that gives us an empowered vibration. It is amazing.
It feels really good to be back here with our faces on the video and seeing all of your faces here with us. And it just feels really fun. We just did our 9-day workshop, wrapped that up last week. And we had a lot of fun. It was an amazing experience for Tiff and I. We heard some great feedback from our empaths that really, really loved it. If you're somebody that happened to miss that, we're sorry. But we do have another one starting February 7th, not for a minute, but it'll be coming back around and we'd love to have you there.
Yeah. Anyone who knows their nature type already, Alondra says she's a 4-2. Go ahead and put it in the strand.
Yeah, so 1 is air, 2 is water, 3 is fire, 4 is earth. Okay. And if you've done the Carol Tuttle energy typing, then this is what Tiff is saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Alondra, you and I are both 4s, but I'm a secondary 3 rather than a 2. Susan, we're so glad that you're here. I also saw who joined us. I'm like, oh, hello there. Amber Grant. Hi, you. It's good to see your face here with us. Amber's a 3. That does not surprise me about you. Victoria is an earth, then fire. Jess is an air, then fire. Kelly Verstrate is a water, then earth, but her art is air. That's so true. Trish never did figure that out. We'll help you. So today's going to be really, really fun. Tiff is going to do a Rebel Deck card reading right off at the top. So if you have a question, something that you're looking for an answer to, now is the time to get really clear on that. Tiff is going to pull 3 cards, and 1, 2, or 3 of those cards could be a direct answer for you. So get very clear. Are you zoning out? Are you here with us?
Yeah.
Good. Are you going to go get the cards in your hands?
I feel like calling you a nerd again.
She called me a nerd 3 times.
No, I called one of our daughters a nerd and Jack a nerd twice in the podcast.
I had to go cry in the corner. I had to feel my feelings about that because it really didn't make me cry. But today is all about feeling your feelers.
Listen, the word nerd in my world is a loving expression.
Okay, I'm covering up Merritt's questions so you don't see it because she's going to intuit.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to know your question. Just hold it in your brain.
Hold it in your brain.
So, then, okay.
Merritt, I've got you covered.
Okay, you think of your question, okay?
Oh, God.
You can do the same thing.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, here we go. Ooh. Yep, that's one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yep. That's got a lot of energy. Whoa. Okay. Here we go.
3rd card is presently being pulled. If you're joining us in the middle.
There it is.
Okay, if you're joining us in the middle of the card reading, now is the time to ask your question in your mind. What is it you would like to know the answer to? And we're going to read the 3 cards. 1 to 2 or 3 of all cards could be a direct answer to you. I know my question. I asked this earlier on the podcast, but I'm going to ask it again here. See what more information I get. So my personal question is, I've been a little out of balance in my life because of the workload coming off of workshop, 9 days, little upside down, feeling a little blurry, and knowing I just was looking for how can I get rejuvenated? How can I really come back and find my balance and feeling really balanced between work and play in life? So that's my question.
Okay, we have some interesting answers. Do you want to share your first answer on the podcast?
Yeah, my first answer was about, what was the verbiage of it directly? It was like, take a load off and stop thinking about all your shit.
Yeah.
And that was a direct answer to me. It's like, I'm going to let it all go. And I'm taking this to heart. Okay. These next 3 days are going to be a blast. and I'm ready for it.
Because I have demanded with my eye rolls that he takes 3 days off.
Well,
He's
and the card reading has been really awesome too.
Oh, so you listen to the card, but you won't listen to your wife.
Of course, I listen to you all the
Maybe
time.
you should work this weekend. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. Drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck.
Okay. There's one. Could be your answer.
Okay. We ready?
Yep.
Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You're missing some cool shit.
Okay.
And please share which card was for you. Okay, the next one. You do you. Stop trying to change other people. That shit never works.
What was the first one again?
Drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. I don't really know if it was because we already answered yours. I don't know if the cards
I feel like I already got my answer. Okay.
The cards are definitely mostly there for you, listener. Totally
Kelly versus Rape, number 3. Keep them in order so we know which is which. Sleeping so much as me, Susan. Okay, you guys really take it to heart. Which one was 3?
You do you.
Okay.
Stop trying to change people. That shit never works.
Okay. Jolene, I'm not sure any apply. Fair. Amber, 3. Holy. Okay. Bev, none, but that's cool. I've got to learn how to ask. Merritt, maybe 1 and 3. Then a Facebook user. We don't know for sure what your name is, but you said number 3. Okay. Okay. This is awesome. 3 is for me, Shay said. All right, you guys. Okay, good.
Good job.
Well, there you go. So there's the Rebel deck.
So let's share a little bit about our cookie decorating contest with our kids, shall we?
It was an epic cookie decorating event.
So every year, in case you don't know, I do a cookie decorating contest. My mother did this cookie decorating, but it was never a contest. But we have such competitive children and they're all very creative. So we make it a little fun and say, whoever wins $30. And Facebook is the judge. So all our fans on Facebook vote. And so they came. And last year, our daughter-in-law, Av, she is very creative. Okay. So she did the Starry Night on the pumpkin cookie, and I just do pumpkin cookies, but this year, I stepped it up. I went to Orson Gigi and I got tons of candy, different frostings, sprinkles, whatever, so the kids could go to town. And I told all the kids, I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to step it up because Av's gonna take you down if you don't. And so her husband is like, okay, I am taking the challenge. So he won by a landslide, and he took 2 pumpkin cookies and made boobs, and they're called Spooky Boobies.
Jolene totally knew it before. She's like, haha, Spooky Boobies.
It was so perfect. I'm like, boobs are so powerful. Of course it's going to win, and he is brilliant.
It turned into a landslide win. Yeah. Landslide for those Spooky
He's still
Boobies.
Getting votes for
he
it.
Is. Yes.
Everyone's got to love the boobs.
Love the boobs.
Yeah. So it was super fun.
It was fun.
And we do it every year. And the kids are so funny. They just get so competitive. Are you eating more treats?
It's that goddamn crystal. It gives you away every single time.
Don't eat my beans.
I better get a big handful so I don't have to open it again. Trish voted Spooky Boobies.
Yeah, I think most people did.
Kirsten posted Spooky Boobies.
Yeah, Spooky Boobies.
Well, that's fun, you guys. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of hard to eat and talk.
Yes. What are you doing?
I don't know. I have a problem, or so I've been told.
A snacking problem. And I have a buying snacks problem.
She does.
So when I go to Trader Joe's, which is today,
we're bad
every
for
Thursday,
each
I buy every kind of snack you can imagine because I love having snacks. I just don't eat them. So then Jack's like, you have to hide these because I will eat them all and it's a problem. And I'm like, don't touch my snacks because I want to look at my snacks. I have a drawer and a cupboard just of snackery. Oh my God. And I look at it and I'm like, oh my snacks.
She does, you guys.
My snacks.
I really do have a snacking problem. I'm the kind of person that all of my life, I wouldn't have any snacks in the house because I was such a control freak.
Until he met me.
And I have to be in control at all costs. No, I've learned a lot, but I still have some issues. One of them is I love snacks. I love food. It's in the house. You goddamn better believe I'm going to eat it because it's delicious.
I have a hiding place, but I couldn't hide it for very long.
It's because she has so many snacks. There's no more hiding places.
Yeah, I have probably a good 50 snacks in the house.
She's not joking.
And I'm serious.
Maybe what I'll do one day is take a picture of all the snacks in one place. It'll blow your ever-loving mind. And if you didn't see her awesome Trader Joe's video when she was doing a rundown of all the delicious things she loves at Trader Joe's, like I think it's somewhere on her Facebook page. It's so funny. So
well,
awesome.
I have to say, I am going to Trader Joe's, especially today, to get the pumpkin curry. Whoa. It is so great. And you know how I make it is I just cut up some cooked smoked turkey chunks, put it in there, warm it up, put it over rice with asparagus or broccoli. Watch out. It's an amazing meal. So I'm going to go get like 5 or 6 jars because that's how I do everything I see. And if I like a snack, I buy it even if I'm not out.
You better believe it. Bev said, I swear I hide snacks and my husband sniffs them out each time. Jenny said, mail some to me. I have teenagers. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with me. Probably because I never had snacks in my life. So it's a real, like a comforting thing to buy as many snacks as I want. And then I just have a plethora. And when our kids come over, it's our granddaughter comes over. It's like mom's and grandma's house is the best.
Okay. So there are some people, Audrey said, what's Trader Joe's? Trader Joe's is like Whole Foods, but it's a little more family feeling. Like it's just a really great down to earth Whole Foods, healthy. Like they don't have any artificial colors, no artificial flavors. Lots of whole food.
They may have a few artificial flavors here and there.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe not. I could be wrong about that, but it's really good food. And there's really nothing that they sell there that doesn't taste amazing.
Hey, do you guys have in Canada or Florida, I think, do you have Whole Foods? I think that's everywhere around the world, isn't it?
Yes, no.
Anyone in Europe, let us know. I'd love to know. Bev, do you have a Whole Foods?
No, but Bev knows what Trader Joe's is.
Anyway,
yeah,
Trader Joe's.
And every season they come out with their specialties, and I get so freaking excited that I can't even handle myself.
She does, and I love the snacks, and we have lots of snack lovers here on the thread.
Snacks are precious.
Snacks are delicious. They're really delicious, but they're meant to eat. Like if you're really going to buy all these snacks just to look at them in the bags.
I know.
What?
Well, I get to them eventually.
Now I'm rolling my eyes.
What up? Oh yeah, you even know how to roll your eyes.
Oh God, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I'll work on it. I can't do it on demand, but I'm sure one will pop out as we go. Okay, so are you ready? Okay,
yeah,
let's do this. Let's do this. It's all about feeling your feelings like a champ. Tiff brought up in the podcast, so I think we've done this before, this same topic, of course.
No, the same title I think we probably have on the podcast, but who cares?
It's going to happen when this is our 143rd recording of our podcast. And we now have many live shows, so we'll repeat, but we always talk about new things because we're different people every time we've expanded and grown.
True. So let's talk about feelings. Why are feelings so important? Well, we are conditioned from the day we're born to not feel negative feelings. It's kind of like, don't cry. You're too sensitive. Why are you over exaggerating this? What's wrong? There's nothing to be upset about. How many of you have had people try to shut down your feelings? Raise your hand or say yes in the Strand, which I have a sneaking suspicion that might be every single person on the call today.
Have I ever tried to shut your feelings down, babe? I have. I can accept and admit this about myself publicly to you. I have tried to shut her feelings down, and that is a shitty move. I
don't even have anything to say about it.
All I can tell you is it causes problems. So if you're somebody that tries to shut another person's feelings down, stop. It's not a good idea. It doesn't help a goddamn thing.
Yes.
Oh my God, Megan Bennett is in the house.
Hey, Megan.
Megan, we're so glad you're here. Candace. Hi. Okay, Candace said, yeah, that's how I was raised.
Yeah. And you were raised to not feel your feelings. Tell them what that your family said about you when you were
Oh,
little.
every time I start crying, oh boy. If I was then a girl, but I'm a boy. So if he starts crying, he'll never stop. Every single
Mhm.
time. So, you get conditioned to think you're all fucked up because you cry or
Yep.
have feelings. And then what do? You try to find all these ways to stop feeling your feelings, and then it leaves you in a mess.
Yeah, and so what do we do to try and stop our feelings? Let me just cover a few little things to share. I made note of this. I have a big list through alcohol, drugs, restricting food, eating too much food, busyness, compulsive sexual behavior. That's kind of fun. A
Till it causes
variety of
problems.
other harming behaviors. They become distractions so that we don't have to think about our negative feelings because we're told that I shouldn't feel these feelings. Now, listen, I just wrote an article and put it on the Connected Empath right here about what do you do when what happens when people are mean, right? And it's like we cry and this and this. Well, there's some topics that come up from the articles that I write. So it gives me more topics to talk about. There was a person on there that was sharing that self-preservation, they don't allow certain things to bother them. And I had a few things to say about that because what we end up doing is stuffing our feelings or doing other things to distract ourselves. And this is where we run into trouble. If you want to protect yourself by shutting off your feelings or stuffing your feelings, you're going to run into big time.
Trubs.
Okay. So,
Okay, so Beverly said that her little 2-year-old nephew has big feelings, and she says, let him feel them.
good.
That is so important. Is Okay, can you guys see us? Can you see us? Can you see us? Can you see us? Let us know. As soon as we're going to stick here for a minute and see if it allowed us to come back in. Oh my God, Audrey, can you see us? Yes. Yes. Oh my God. This has never happened before. And
Our power went out.
it did. And I love to know that all we have to do is keep the broadcast, because we didn't end it. And we had to reboot our computer, reboot our Wi-Fi, and all we have to do is come back. So now we all know, right? If this happens again, just hang out. Look at you guys. Seriously. You're
You
champs.
guys are rock stars.
Seriously.
Christiane, thank you so much. Sending tons of love to you and your family at this time.
Okay, loves. We're all here together and we're
Okay.
back. So I don't think you had really started teaching the
I did.
points. Oh, you had? Okay.
No, I know right where I am.
Okay, so let's see. They just said it froze again. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that this works. Let us know. Okay, good. Yeah, let's jump in. Let's do it.
Okay. So Tiff and Jack, us, these two people sitting here talking to you, we truly know, after years and years and years and years of working with I don't know how many people, it's important for you to experience all emotions. And so we're going to talk about here allowing yourself to process feelings and why it's important. Okay.
It's really important.
So when we have 3 points. Number one, when you stuff or numb or deny your feelings, you also do that to the positive feelings. So you don't really get the option of just doing it with a few feelings here and there. If you're doing that with all your others, with your negatives, you're going to also shut down the bliss and joy that you can experience in life. I'd like to share. Oh, we have sirens outside. Something must have went down. So this is from Joseph Campbell, and he says, all the gods, all the heavens, and all the hells are within you.
I love that.
So what I'm saying is that you are a person that has all things in you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's really important for you to be able to feel your feelings. So the reality is you cannot selectively choose certain emotions. If you're shut down or stuffing or whatever, you're going to do that with everything. Okay. So let's just talk about feelings and shoving and stuffing. I've been a person most of my life that I am pretty evolved in some ways. I have a lot of spiritual gifts and a lot of deep understanding about specific things, especially the spiritual realm and all that. And I always believed that someone that was like me should not have to feel or deal with the negatives. So stupid, because I'm just a person. And yes, I have a lot of knowledge about things, but there is a side also that feels everything. And same with you. It's like we have our feelings. And I think you said to me last week, it's not like I'm made of stone.
Yeah, I have as many feelings as anyone, right? I mean,
yeah.
And Tiff and I, like, we're coaches and we have lots of smarts when it comes to this world and being very effective and being conscious creators. But God, we all have feelings.
And we're public figures and everybody seems to have an opinion about everything about us, which is fine. And when people are rude, it hurts my feelings. So I was sharing in the podcast during the, are you wanting to say
I just
something?
need to say something. For those of you that wonder what the F happened, we lost our power. So we were gone from the feed. Trish said, I'm back. I don't know what happened. We lost our power. We had to reboot. And then we came back into this thread. So, if you're watching and it had a big gap, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we did our live show or our live workshop, I think the first day someone had said something about how I looked or was acting and that something was wrong with it, how it was. And it made me upset. It hurt my feelings. But what my brain tried to do was like, we're public figures. People are saying rude things about us all the time. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But I'm like, I sat with it and I'm like, no, because I've really been focusing the last while on really feeling all of my feelings so that they don't get stored in my body. I'm the queen of storing emotion in my body. And I've had a lot of issues because of it. And I'm not doing that anymore. So I just kind of sat with it and I'm like, it really does hurt my feelings because nobody has any idea what my experience in life is like, especially as being, a teacher and a leader and all the things that I do. And so it was just not a very kind comment. And it made me mad and hurt my feelings. So I felt that. But the interesting thing is that I was able to work through the emotion of it and not store it in my body. And I got over it. One of the biggest things that people think is that if they feel their negative feelings, they're going to attract something by the law of attraction that they don't want, which, by the way, the best news is that lower vibrational feelings like sad, negative things don't attract as fast. It gives you time to change your mind so you can actually feel your feelings. And the other thing is that it moves the energy through you and your brain. Scientifically, it's proven when you feel your feelings, your brain comes up with resolutions and helps you work through that. And then it's released from the mind and from the body. So it's really, really important. And, I'm sure it's like Tiff and Jack are made of stone and we aren't. And same with you, that no matter where you are in life, if someone's going to be mean, it's going to make you feel bad. And it doesn't mean you have to sit and wallow in it for the rest of your life and it's going to stay that way, because it never does. Once you feel your feelings, it does move through. And so, as we talk about this with the article that I had written, I think I brought it up earlier before we got the big power outage. Someone was saying, yeah, I just don't allow myself to do this. And it's like, well, that's really operating from a place of scarcity, not allowing yourself to feel. It's like, oh, well, I felt so bad. It almost did me in. And I'm like, it's never really going to do you in to feel your feelings. There will be times that your feelings feel terrible. And it's like, I'm never going to get out of this. But I promise nothing ever stays the same. You can't possibly not move through feelings if you allow them to be. We just are afraid we can't.
And certain things happen in our lives that, like my story being told, I just never stop crying when I start. Merritt had shared that when living in a group home as a kid and his grandmother would come to visit, the grandma said to him, it's too hard for me to come to the group home and see you cry and what have you want to come home with us, so I won't be coming back. So in that moment, Merritt just went, okay, feeling my feelings is not okay. And this is why we are having this conversation, because all of us have the God-given privilege of creation to feel all of our feelings. Is part of this human experience.
It is, and it's actually a sacred part. Your sad feelings, your angry feelings are just as valuable and as important as your happy joy feelings. And to feel all of them makes you a complete person. And so many of us, especially empaths, because we feel things so deeply, we're like, oh, I can't go there. I just can't do it. I can't handle it. I don't want to think about that or feel that. And then we find other distractions to really push those things off. But we're going to go even deeper into that, because now I want to talk to you about stuffing your feelings.
A couple people, Amy and Candace, both said I really needed this today.
I'm glad.
God. What a beautiful thing that we get to share this.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad. This is a topic, I'm very intentional with the universe to talk about things that are needed at the right time. I'm always open. I just am like, what's important right now? And the article I wrote was called "What Happens When Someone's Mean to You?"
Yeah, if you're on our email list, I sent it out this morning.
Right,
you would have gotten
that.
Yeah. And it's also on her Facebook group and Connected Empath.
It's all over.
Probably on your page. Yeah.
Yeah. So stuffing your feeling leads to other issues. So we're going to talk about those things. Trying to fight your feelings puts you into resistance. And then we start using the negative behaviors that we talked about earlier, whether it's drinking or drugs or food or whatever, shopping. It works for a minute. And then you're left with things that pop up. And if it keeps popping up, because your feelings will continually pop up so that you can process. And then you may continually use other distractions to not feel something. And then we get so good at it that we don't recognize any of our feelings. So I made a big list of what happens if you choose not to process and feel your feelings. This is what happens instead. Are you ready? Comes out in depression, anxiety, anger, rage, illness, physical pain, weight gain or loss, weight loss. These are just the tip of the iceberg. All of those things that you experience turn into bigger problems down the road. This is just so critical, my friends. I can't even express how important this is. So, rather than trying to suppress your feelings, what we would like you to do and to introduce to you and have you really think about is becoming the observer of your feelings, kind of stepping away from your own judgment of like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this. I shouldn't be feeling that. And believe me, I know all of you have experienced this thing where people are like, you should not feel this way. What do you have to be upset about?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because we all have blessings in our life, and other people can observe that and think, you have nothing to be upset about. You have nothing to feel bad about. And it's just really ridiculous because nobody's inside of us. Nobody has the conditioning that we have. Nobody has our life experience. Nobody knows really how we feel about things. So we have to feel our feelings and honor those feelings ourselves, because other people aren't going to be able to, because they don't understand truly how you feel, because they're not you. So this is why I'm talking to you today. It's like you have to honor your feelings.
God, it's huge.
It's so big.
It is so big. And it seems like one of those things that like, oh yeah, I'll feel my feelings. Okay. No, feel your feelings. It's imperative.
Yep,
It's imperative, especially for you as an empath. Imperative. Repressed emotions and the impact on physical health. Yep.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
And, some of the ways that, okay, let's talk about some of the ways to feel your feelings, because it can be tricky. You may be so used to not feeling them. You're like, God, I don't even know how to do this. You want to share what you do to feel your feelings?
Okay. So if I'm having a moment where my feelings are definitely coming up and I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling bad, or I'm feeling sad or upset or something. Typically my angry feelings are the ones where I go out for a walk. I pound the pavement. I love moving. I feel like it's moving meditation for me, but I let all of my angry, feely, ugly words or feelings out of my mouth on purpose. Say anything and everything that I'm feeling and everything that's going on. And I walk and I talk out loud. And it makes a huge difference. It's the combination of being out in nature. And then more than anything though, is giving voice to what's going on inside of me. And then by the time I get back, I feel so much clearer and lighter.
Yeah. So, Trish was saying, she had someone say, what would such a beautiful lady have anything to cry about?
And she goes, what the fuck does that have to do with it?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think there's probably a whole lot of people out there that think that I don't really have any feelings, because I have a lot of great things in my life, but it doesn't mean I don't have feelings or insecurities and things I have to work through. As a human being, that's totally normal. And having, I get really angry pretty quick. One of the common phrases that I've used in my life is, oh, it takes a lot to offend me, or it takes a lot to hurt my feelings. And, I've been thinking about it lately. I don't think that's true. I think I get mad really fast and I process my feelings. And I do get offended sometimes, it depends on my hormone cycle. It depends on, what's going on in my life. If I'm being triggered by a specific thing that was really hard for me in my past. I mean, there's a million different scenarios. And I just want you to know that it's normal for you to have a full range of emotions. And it's important for you to be able to feel them.
Go ahead.
As we're talking about how to do that, Jack goes on a walk. Typically I will go on a drive and scream all my piss and vinegar while I'm driving, or you can write in a notebook, or you can do I just keep, is there a question I have to answer? Because
No, I just wanted to share what Luann did with her kids. And she said, I absolutely love you're able to look for other ways to help through his tantrums. It's tricky, but so worth it. My youngest would have tantrums. Family would attempt to distract him and talk him out of it. I learned early on when I did this, he went deeper and for longer.
Yeah.
I learned to give him safe space. He stopped a lot sooner.
Yes.
I tell others this is what works, and they didn't believe me until they saw me prove it. I just thought that was so valid just to bring that forward. It's a perfect example of everything we're talking about.
So a couple months ago, I read a really amazing book called Pussy, A Reclamation. And it's a book for empowering women. And it is probably one of the most influential books I've ever read. It's written by Regina
Thomas Sauer,
and she's known as Mama Gina. And she's the founder of the Gina School of Womanly Arts. In her book, she talks about feeling your feelings, and she does it by listening to a certain song that resonates with how you're feeling and blasting it and getting up and getting your emotions out, either with movement and dancing or taking a dish towel and hitting the wall, experiencing that emotion through the song while you're listening to it. And it is a powerful thing. And I would also recommend this book, Pussy, A Reclamation. I'll show it to you. It's right here. It's a bestseller and one of the best books. The light is so weird. One of the best books ever. For really helping you claim your power as a woman. And, I'm all about learning and learning and learning. So that is a fantastic book. Oh, I'm getting my nose itch. Sorry, everyone.
And you know what, Merritt, I just want to speak to the fact that you were on the verge of tears. You're having a lot of ahas and breakthroughs as you're listening, because you're willing to see, you're feeling deep feelings coming up about what's going on. Then Tiff and I lost signal, our power goes out. And then you said, so what did I do? I tried to make people happy and laugh while we were waiting for you to make it back, which is one of your strengths, and also Merritt, as just a word of you learning and practicing allowing the negative feelings to come up, feel them, and really get back into the feeling you were having before you had to snap into that positive voice. And that will be one of the most important works you do throughout the rest of your life, is to allow that part of yourself to come up, be present, give it a voice.
Yeah. Jenny said, angry music is great for dispelling anger. It's true.
Right?
It's true. And I didn't know this until I read this Pussy book. And I was like, this is really awesome, because I too have been a very big proponent of not paying attention to negative feelings because I have so much to do, or I don't want to feel bad. And I'm not doing that anymore. And so I'm really speaking up about it, especially with empaths, because my friends, I remember when I was little, I would feel something and my grandma would say, honey, you don't feel that way. And she was the sweetest angel. I can't say one negative thing about her except this thing, that she was always telling me I didn't feel the way I felt. And I would get so mad and yell at her. And I'm like, yes, I do. And she would be like, honey, you don't. And it just infuriated me to no end. And I really have been a deep feeler all of my life. I have felt most of my feelings, but there are many that I have like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to just store that in my body. And I have had major digestive issues, physical problems, anger and rage issues through my life. My God, it's just been crazy. So that's why we're talking about this today, because you're all going to move through life and you're going to have all these feelings. And one of the most healthy things you can do, if you have fibromyalgia, if you have digestive issues, IBS, all of this improves those things if you will just allow yourself to feel even the most hateful, ugly feelings that you have. They're there, and just observe them and say, yeah, I really hate this person's guts today. I don't want to feel this way, but this is how I feel at this moment. Yeah. And it's okay. And I'm going to process through this, and then it goes away. Okay.
Really quick, someone said that book, where do I get it? Amazon, thank you, Kelly Verstrate, and Audible. Like, she reads it, the author reads it.
Yeah, I would recommend listening
to her read her own book. And oh God, it's genius. Jenny said, I suffer from depression more than anything else. I don't fully understand it.
I can tell you about depression. Because I'm not a doctor, I can't say, oh, this is this or this, but I can tell you this. Depression is directly linked to the feeling of powerlessness. Okay. And typically it's when we go back into our past and look at how powerless we felt and bring it into the present moment that creates that depression. I've been very prone to depression through my life. And I learned not probably a few years ago that depression is directly linked to the feeling of powerlessness. And as you live a more empowered life and do things that really empower you, the depression begins to leave typically.
And you definitely understand that.
Yeah,
right.
and anxiety typically comes from the fear of the future and not having what you think you are supposed to have,
Mhm.
because we project in the future for anxiety, look back in the past for powerless, for depression. Okay, it's a great tidbit of information.
And Helen, is this you saying I let my feelings go today with Jack in session? That was a phenomenal session.
Awesome,
Brilliant coaching session.
awesome.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's
Okay,
awesome.
so let's say, why is it important to feel the negative feelings? Well, here's something to think about. Say you're jealous of somebody, and maybe someone wrote a book or finally found their mate and they're married, and you feel a sense of jealousy. And instead of saying, no, I don't feel that, and pretending it's not there, just observing it and saying, okay, I feel jealous. Why do I feel jealous? And start having a conversation with yourself. And maybe it will inspire you to make different decisions in your own empowerment. For instance, if someone has written a book and you're like, I just really feel jealous that they've written a book, maybe it's because you've always wanted to write a book and you've made decisions to not try because you were too scared. And that is giving you a very clear indicator that you're like, oh, maybe it's time for me to try. Or if someone's in a relationship, it's like, well, I'm really not putting myself out there enough to find the person that I want. And I feel jealous of this person. They put themselves out there. And it can kind of give you some information about yourself to live a more empowered life. So it's very beneficial to feel your feelings in a lot of different ways. Okay. And the last thing that I want to talk about is processing and experiencing your feelings is a big part of having a full and rich life. When you're focused on numbing or stuffing or denying your feelings, you're missing out on the present moment because you're distracting yourself. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in a conversation with someone that cannot be present. And it's because their brain is moving so fast in distractions, so they don't have to feel. That's why people are not present. They're too busy thinking about other things that they're trying to avoid. I know it's like, oh, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a conversation with someone and they're scrolling on their phone. Drives me batshit crazy because I'm like, maybe you don't really want to be here. I typically put my phone away when I'm having a conversation with someone, unless I'm texting them in a conversation. But I really like to be present. And there's nothing that feels quite as good as being present, wouldn't you say?
That's when you're connected to your entire existence, right? In the moment you become present, it's all we've really got. And we're right there, like living in the biggest way this life when we get present.
Once you realize that you are a person that has lots of feelings to feel, that's normal. It's normal for you to be mad. It's normal for you to be happy sometimes. It's normal for you to feel hateful feelings sometimes. It's normal for you to have rage. It's normal for you to feel bliss. All of these things, and all of you are super feelers, turbo feelers. It's normal. And once you realize that and you have acceptance about that and self compassion, then you are in a place where you can process your feelings. Now, listen, there are some times that you have to go to work. I can't tell you how many times Jack and I have had a client and maybe we've gotten in a fight, or I'm
God
like,
forbid.
I have PMS and I just feel like I'm going to lose my mind, or, someone's really hurt my feelings and I have to go into work and put my show on so that I can really do the best I can for our client. And I will do that. But when I'm done with work, then I feel my feelings. And so there will be times that you have to put your feelings off sometimes to function. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting tons of energy from the computer through my face. And when you have other things to do, it doesn't mean that you can process your feelings 24 hours a day. Okay. But you got to come back to them. It's really, really important. Ultimately, the way we heal through our lives is moving through all of our feelings. Okay. You have to let yourself feel. And by doing this, you can heal. If you don't, you won't completely heal from the things you need to heal from. And you will never have that sense of well being because you won't feel like a whole person because you have both sides opposite the light and the shadow.
Gosh.
It's all there.
We should have called this Feel So You Can Heal. Right.
That
would have been the best title. Maybe we'll do another one. Call.
No, we just
Feel So You Can Heal.
We're just going to change it right now.
I
Feel
love
So
it.
You Can Heal.
I love it.
So, how many of you on this call today had an aha moment? And I would love to hear if you're willing to share your aha moment from this call. And also, let me see if there's anything else I want to share. Oh, there is. It's really important that you don't judge yourself on how long you should feel something.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah. I just have that right here. Like,
I'm so
this
glad
little tiny note. It's like, don't judge yourself of like, I should be over this already. For God's sake, why am I still feeling like crap? Your brain has a process and your body has wisdom and it will process until it's done. And if you get in the way, it just prolongs things. So just let it be. And just know that this is your life. You're not waiting to feel all your feelings so you can have a life. That's something that Jack said to me. I don't know how many times in the last while. I'm like, if I can just get past this one thing, then I can have my life. And he goes, babe, this is your life. And I'm like, that is so true. This is just part of the whole picture. And it's normal and good.
Okay, some of the ahas coming in. Kelly Verstrate never realized how connected to depression. Maybe powerlessness, maybe. Huh?
Yeah.
Megan Bennett said, my aha, I realize and recognize I dissociate so easily and now have some tools on my belt to keep feeling.
Good girl.
Luann, I love Feel So You Can Heal. I love that too. Isn't it awesome? Another aha, I'm not sure who it is. It could be maybe Helen. It could be maybe Belinda. That's my aha moment. I always feel like I should get over certain things by a certain time. Like I give myself a damn timeline on getting over my feels.
Yeah, you got to let that go.
Yeah, Kelly agreed. Kate, my aha, I can take all the time I need to process feelings. I'm guilty of thinking I have to get over it quickly.
Yep.
God, I'm glad you brought
Me
that
too.
up. Let's see. I'm trying. Somebody said thumbs up. I'm trying. Linda, Feel the Heal. Luann, me too. It drives me crazy. Let's see. My strong can handle everything, but I can't feel that thing in action is exactly what locked me up emotionally 10 years ago.
Sure.
Me too.
Trish said,
my aha is that I always said that it was my feelings and baggage that was making me sick. And since I'm doing way better, this is definitely true, right? Because now you're feeling your feelings more and getting rid of your baggage. Christiane, aha is it's okay to process anger too. Sometimes feels like you just need to get over it, get over the mega T feelings. Negative.
I just have to share
drunk
this
thumbs.
I just have to share this one thing. It wasn't too long ago. I was talking to my mother about a narcissist that has caused a lot of trouble in our life experience. And I said, I just hate his guts. Just like that. And she goes, honey, you need to be careful feeling those feelings. And I said, why? Like, I don't want to be a hateful person right now, but I really hate his guts. Like, I hate him. And she just was like, oh. And I don't feel that feeling today, but I might again tomorrow. You know, I'm just a person. Like, just feeling my feelings about watching, you know, a nasty ass narcissist do hurtful things to the people that I love. And I'm like, ugh, you know, and then I get over it. And that's normal. And I just want you to know it's normal. And I have some very powerful feelings in the negative as well as the positive. And so do all of you. And it's going to take a little bit of practice so that you can get to a point where you're like feeling okay. Yes, it's okay to feel the feelings of hate. There's nothing truly that, like, hate is just really an illusion. The only thing that's really truth is the vibration of love. And we don't even really know what that is exactly. We have our own definition of love. But I'm telling you right now, we all have hateful feelings sometimes. And sometimes we hate people. And it doesn't mean we really hate them. It just means we're feeling that feeling and we need to own it, because we're not just these blissful angelic beings, or we wouldn't be having this life experience. The human condition is messy as fuck.
So big.
It's so messy. And if you can just allow yourself to be with your feelings, they will move through you. And I don't feel like I hate that person right now.
Amazing. And
Right?
Jenny, good job on asking that question. So
Yes.
it's okay to hate, because look at what you opened up for
Yeah.
Tiff to share, for everyone to feel. Merritt said, bless you. Amy said, I tend to avoid angry music. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. And that is the emotion I deny the most.
Right.
I have never made that connection before about why I can't stand that music.
Yes.
I'm going to give it a whirl as a way to
Good.
read
You'll
this.
have to let me know,
Amy,
Amy, how it goes. You're a rock star.
Yes, that's amazing.
Amy, I had the exact same thing until I read the Pussy book, and I'm like, I'm going to listen
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
song she said. And I listened to it, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I could use this song every time I'm mad. And I know our daughter Victoria did the same thing. And she goes, Mom, I felt so much better. And I was like, isn't that amazing? We are here as human beings having a human experience, and not all of our feelings are just happy-go-lucky feelings. We have a lot of feelings, and it gives us a complete sense of wholeness if we will allow ourselves to be in all that we are.
Don't you love our people?
Yes.
Thank you for having us be your people and you being our people. It feels so good. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Good job on feeling your feelers, Candace. Seriously. Martine, I love how real. Thank you for your comments and your kind words, everybody. Thank you. Leona, grief. What about grief? When my mom passed, I felt like I was in a dream or another dimension. Everything sounded muffled. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, my angry song is Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
I think you should speak to grief is like anger. Let your grief happen as long as it needs to, for one thing, Leona.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. There's no timeline on grief.
No.
Whether it's a person or a pet or just something you're
isn't.
grieving, it's going to be its own process.
It
Don't
is.
try to push or resist or stop or be done because it's too long.
Yeah.
Let it be.
You know, and it can catch you off guard sometimes. I was in the other day getting a facial, and I was talking to the woman that works on my skin. And she was asking me something about our dog Jasmine, and we had to put her down 4 months ago because she was dying. And I started talking about it, and I started to sob, and I was like, where the hell did that grief come from? I thought I dealt with this. And she got me a tissue, and I said, I'm so sorry. I was apologizing because I thought I shouldn't be doing this. She goes, it's totally okay. And I'm like, it is okay. It is okay. And these are my feelings. They're valuable. They're important. They make me human. They make me compassionate. They make me lovable. And it's the same for all of you. There are feelings, and they are so important.
You guys.
Great show today, guys. Thanks for being here.
Your tenacity to stay on line until we got back, that makes my heart sing.
I know, that was awesome. I was surprised.
You know how I thought, well, everyone will be gone and we'll just finish it, you know, because people will be able to watch it eventually.
Yeah.
But it really was a feel-good moment to come back on. And I think we had like 28 or 9 or 30 people still here. So thank you for being here for us. It wouldn't feel the same without you. Is there anything else you wanted to say before I wrap this up?
No.
Okay, so that was a wrap for today. I'm feeling your feelings. We love you sharing your takeaways with us. We will be back next week. If there's ever a topic that you're like, I really would like to know more about this, or I'd love to have them teach more about this specific thing, we'd love to know what that is. Okay, send us an email.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot an email over to our team Empath at tiffandjack.com, and say, this is a suggestion that I would love to hear more about. God, we'd love that. So send it over. We'd love to share We love you and bless you all.
Yes.
Thank you for being here with us.
Sending you autumn blessings.
We'll be back again next week, and you might want to catch the podcast. All of our podcasts go live on Tuesday mornings early. So the one from today will go live next Tuesday. We love you. Have a great day.
Bye.